guys, this is Dr. Mansi Tripathi and welcome to Koshikka. Now, as your Neet exam is approaching really fast and very few weeks are left for the exam, so this is the most crucial time as most of you must have completed your syllabus by now and you must be undergoing the revision phase. However, this revision phase, if not done in a proper and in a streamlined manner, can be disastrous to your overall hard work which you have done till now. So here we are with last 50 days strategy which you can adapt as it is so that you can go a proper channelized and what I call a funnel strategy. In the funnel strategy, you can go and have a proper channelized revision of your entire syllabus in which you will revise and re-revise around 2 to 3 times the entire syllabus, and then you can also have sufficient mocks. You can revise the mocks, and finally by the D day you will be very well prepared. So without wasting much of your time, let's go and see what is this funnel strategy. Now here you can take a complete screenshot of this entire timetable, and I have also given a separate daily timetable which you can undergo throughout this entire journey of revision. Okay, so first of all, I request you please take a screenshot of the entire thing, and then I will let you know one by one how these different phases have been divided into different phases of revision. Okay, if you have taken a screenshot now, then let's come back over here. So 50 days counting begins from 24th of July. So as you can see, from 24th of July, I've given 3 days to one subject and for one class, that is class 11. So again, we have 24 to 26 July, you have to rush through class 11 bio, revise it once, complete revision once. And this is the most detailed revision you will be able to do before the exam, because as we proceed further, the revision detailing will reduce down further and further, right? Again, for class 11 physics part, you will get 3 days from 27, 28 and 29th of July. Same way I have divided 3 days for one subject or one class. So overall, the entire syllabus for 11th and 12th gets finished with the most detailed revision. Now, what is exactly the revision part that you have to do? Yeah, for bio, you have to go through your entire NCERT, especially the diagrams. Because if you go through the diagrams, then that will make the revision process very efficient. Your diagrams will get revised, plus the time consumed will reduce, because going through theory is much more difficult, right? In the notes, you have to go through the entire note in a rapid form. Like whatever notes you have prepared by now, you have to go through it rapidly. But keep in mind that you have to start highlighting the most significant points, the keywords and the points which you are forgetting every now and then. And again, previous year questions. Very, very underrated thing, but very, in fact, the most important thing is previous year questions. In this phase, because I believe by now you must have gone through the previous year questions once or twice. So by this time you must be knowing which questions were the one which you were able to answer earlier and you were not able to answer it earlier, right? So right now in this phase you have to go through all the questions but rapidly. However, you have to keep marking the questions which you were not able to answer in the first go. Again, for physics, while going through your notes, you have to keep highlighting whatever formulas or maybe some shortcuts or tips and tricks which you must have written in your class. What you have to do, you have to prepare a cheat code, like a complete sheet kind of thing, in which you have to write chapter-wise formulas and these little cheat codes which your teachers, they must be telling you. Like for example, in case of motion in 1D, you have several small cheat codes with which, without actually going through the entire equations, just by seeing the question you can give your answer, right? So all those kind of cheat codes and the formula for each chapter, you have to put them in this one cheat code list, and you have to paste this list in front of your study table, right? Again, in the previous year questions, you just cannot afford to do each and every previous year question by hand. So whatever questions you are encountering and you're finding, okay, this is difficult, I'm not able to do this in one go, then only those questions you have to, do it in a written manner and you have to mark them, right? Again, whatever question banks you had earlier consulted, you have to just mark the important questions in your question bank. For chemistry, for inorganic, I will suggest just stick to NCERT. Please revise and re-revise NCERT for inorganic chemistry especially. In your notes, you have to just highlight the important points. The importance of highlighting this stuff and marking these important questions will be there in phase 2 and phase 3. I'll tell you I'll tell you when I reach there, right? For organic, I think your class notes would be sufficient. You have to highlight things, and if possible, you can prepare a cheat code for organic also. Like this reagent is a strongly oxidizing agent. This is a strongly reducing agent. Cheat codes like this, and again you can paste in front of your study table, right? For physical, again you have to mark the previous year questions which were difficult for you. Whatever question bank, if you have consulted any, you have to mark the questions which were difficult for you. You cannot physically do all the questions, but you have to mark. Now this will complete your entire phase 1, right? So then we come to phase 2. Now in phase 2, whatever revision you have done, this revision is fresh in your mind, right? So you will take lesser time to complete phase 2. So what we'll do, we'll divide 11th and 13th August, which means 3 days. Now here 3 days you are getting for one subject of one class. Here what we are doing, in 3 days we are doing 2 subjects of one class. Like in the morning shift, you can complete your physics from 11 to 13, and to break the monotony, in the evening shift, you can go for bio. Again for 3 days, you can go for 11 chemistry in the morning shift, and in the evening shift, whatever is remaining, right? Whatever is remaining, or whatever you think is something tougher for you, you can do that in the evening shift. One day you can give as a buffer, because this was the first time when you jumped from 3 days per subject to 3 days for half a subject, right? Half subject, 3 days for 2 subjects, right? Now in this part also, whatever you had highlighted over there, the highlights, whatever markings you had made in your notes and your NCRTs, you have to rush through only then. I know it is very tempting to go through the entire thing, but please have some faith in yourself, because you won't be able to complete your revision if you just go through everything in detail once again, okay? So just have some faith in yourself, and believe me, if you are going through your notes and your highlighted parts, your brain will passively revise everything that you had done just a few days before. And in this, whatever diagrams were there, see, again I'm saying diagrams, because diagrams at times in biology, there are diagrams which come as it is from NCRT, so they are absolutely kind of free marks, and you just cannot afford to lose them, okay? So you have to go through these diagrams, plus these diagrams are also the best and most efficient way to revise in a very short time, okay? Again, for the previous year questions and the question banks for physical chemistry and for physics, whatever marked questions were there, which you were finding difficult, you will do only them, right? Now we come to phase 3. In phase 3, we will, we have done twice revision of the entire syllabus. So now we can start giving the full length mocks, because see, subject wise mocks in this phase, right now in this stage of your preparation, it's just absolutely fruitless. So we have to go for full length mocks, and that too in the latest pattern. See, it is very important to train your brain that out of the 35 questions in the initial part, you have to attempt the questions which you would otherwise attempt in normal conditions. But you have to be very sure that you do not attempt more than 10 questions from the second part, right? From the 15 question part, the optional part, okay? So to train your brain for that, you have to go for mocks. Now so many online modes and so many coachings are available which are providing mocks in the new pattern. You have to attempt only in the new pattern, in the latest pattern, right? So first of all, because we have done revision twice, we can go for a full length mock, and giving a mock is not sufficient. If you are giving the mock for 3 hours, for 2 hours you have to analyze, like whatever, and the analysis is that you have to understand which part was most difficult, which part was there in which you did maximum negative ones, which part was there in which you really could not get through the answer, okay? Now then for 11th revision we give 1 day, and then again we give 3 days for this 11th class 11th revision. Then again we give a full length mock. Then again we give 3 days to the class 12th revision. Then again we give a full length mock. Again we give 4 to 5, right? 2 days for revision of the entire 11th and 12th complete syllabus. So now you can see how we are funneling the syllabus. Originally we had this much time for the entire syllabus. Then we reduced that revision time to this. Then we reduce that revision time to this. So what are we doing? We are actually training our brain to revise, to be able to revise the entire syllabus briefly in the last 1 or 2 days, right? So that we are through with the syllabus in the last 1 or 2 days, because we know that it is very important to go through certain stuff at the last moment to be able to remember them, because we keep forgetting things, right? Okay, now again in this we are going to give 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, at least 5 marks. So depending on your preparation, the number of marks can be increased or decreased depending on how much time you take for revision. But giving marks is not just the only thing. You have to give the marks, and that too in the 2 to 5 p.m. batch, and again you have to analyze those marks to understand where you are going wrong, what are you doing wrong, right? So in this phase 3 of the revision, you have to go through the cheat codes which you had prepared for physics, physical chemistry and even organic. You have to again go through the marked previous year questions and question banks, and you have to again go through diagrams, again go through highlights. This is the way that you will revise in these 3-4 revision slots, okay? And now this is the phase 4 and the last 2 days of the exam, which is the most important part, and this is 10th and 11th. See, by now you have done revision once, twice, thrice, 4th time, 5th time. So if you follow this strategy, you will be able to revise your entire syllabus 5 to 6 times before actually appearing for the exam, right? So in 10th and 11th September, you have to revise this entire stuff once again, and it will be very possible. See, if you have been religiously following this, strictly following this entire scheme, then you will be able to do this. You will be able to revise your entire syllabus once again in last 2 days batch, right? And after you revise the syllabus on 11th, just relax and chill and be ready to kill it on 12th of September, right? Okay, one more very important thing. See, if you are not confident enough with certain topics in physics, physical chemistry or organic chemistry, like things which require you to do questions, then you can extend it to phase 2, right? But otherwise, if you are confident enough, then please try not to attempt any new questions in these numerical portions after completing phase 1 revision, right? Reason being that as and when you encounter new questions, and otherwise if you are confident, but if you encounter new questions and you are not able to do them, then this will unnecessarily instill a fear, a phobia in your heart, and you'll think, oh my god, I have not prepared enough. Oh my god, is my preparation not sufficient enough? Others must have done this book also, others must have done that book also. But please, just have some faith in yourself, because being confident on your preparation is also a very major part of your entire preparation journey, right? So please keep in mind, do not go for any new sources in the last moment, okay? Now here again, this is a very important part, because this is the daily timetable which you should follow in this duration for you to achieve this kind of funneling effect in your brain, right? So, like, this is an ideal timetable. You can, trim it according to your particular needs. But the basic thing is that you have to be awake and aware in this 2 to 5 p.m. duration. And see, if you try to wake up very early in the morning, it is bound obvious that you will feel drowsy and sleepy in this 2 to 5 batch, right? So try to train your mind and try to sync your sleep cycle in a way that you do not feel drowsy in this duration, and your brain in fact is most active in this 2 to 5 duration. For this, you can wake up at around 8 o'clock. That is sufficient. If you wake up at around, if you sleep at proper time around 12 o'clock and you wake up at 8, you'll get proper 8 hours sleep. See, that is very important, to get proper 8 hours sleep. Okay, get a proper 8 hours sleep so that your brain is rested enough, and after that take 1 hour around to freshen up, wake up properly. Okay, you can take 10-15 minutes extra to sleep also, so that you're in a happy and healthy state of mind. That is when you will be most efficient, when you are happy and healthy. Okay, now then if you go for round 1 of the study, you can take 4 hours from this slot, right? In this 4 hour slot, you can take small breaks for 5 to 10 minutes after 1 to 1.5 hours, but then you can take a break for lunch and stuff. Then again, it is very important for you to study in this 2 to 5 p.m. batch. And on these days when you are attempting mocks, it is very important for you to attempt this mock, especially in this 2 to 5 batch, right? And then again, you have to take a meditation break. See, this is very important because you will be really straining yourself beyond your limits to take a meditation break, go and take a walk, go and jog for some time. That is very important, right? So you have to take this break also. Now, if you go according to this timetable, finally at around 11:15 to 12, you will be really exhausted. If you are actually following this, you will be really exhausted and you won't be able to carry it more than this. Okay, this is more than sufficient which you need for this exam. Okay, and this final time, if in this 45 minutes duration you are able to give half an hour to yourself to kind of mop up whatever you studied for the whole day. Just go through the pages, just see, okay, this is what I have studied today, this is what I did in chemistry, okay, this is what I did in my test. Okay, so you get this half an hour duration for mopping up and 15 minutes time to just relax and lie down in your bed and go and sleep soundly. Okay, even if you follow it this way, you will be able to give 12 hours daily to your preparation, and believe me, that is more than sufficient. If you give 12 hours daily to your preparation, it is more than sufficient and you will rock it. So, all the best. Just stay calm, stay happy, enjoy your journey, enjoy your phase, because tomorrow you will be good doctors. So, all the best, work hard and keep studying hard. Thank you.